Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. It's just Marco here once again, and I am here to do a video that I promised to do, I think yesterday or the day before, and I didn't end up doing it. You know what's really funny before I begin is that I do have to admit that I did make a mistake. I said that I had this bizarre dream about Natalie Wood. I did not. It was actually about Judy Garland. But funny story is that for some reason there are actors that I get mixed up sometimes. Like when I was a kid, a big one would be Jeff Bridges and Jeff Daniels. For some reason those two guys, like I would not be able to tell a difference between them. Like I thought one was the other. I was so confused, and for some reason I mix up Judy Garland and Natalie Wood. So I apologize for that because I know that it might take away from the credibility. It's a dream. It's a whatever. But I did promise to tell this story. It was a very creepy dream. It was probably, I do have a dream journal for specific dreams that are more important, ones that are past life related. And in fact, I did have a past life related dream last night. I'm going to share that after this dream. So, this was a nightmare that I actually didn't even write down. I'm going to go to my dream journal right now. This is reminding me too of I have a regular journal now and a dream journal. I'm trying to find it. But this reminds me, whenever I say the words dream journal, I always think about Shark Boy and Lava Girl. You ruined my dream journal! That was hilarious. Shark Boy and Lava Girl is like one of the funniest movies ever made. And weirdly depressing too. And I'm looking for it, guys, so that's why. It was in the spring of 2024. So let's go. It's close. Oh, here we go. This is even more mysterious. It says, can't remember the date. Dorothy from Wizard of Oz, seizure, right later. So yeah, that was all that I wrote about this dream. And, sometimes I get a little cocky with my memory because a big thing about me is that I am very, very, detailed and thorough with my memory. I'm detailed in terms of I like to remember everything because I've had experiences in the past where I have had people say things about me that aren't true, all the way back when I was a kid. And I had multiple instances. One of them was this guy he was my best friend, I guess, in second grade. And he asked me if he could go, because he wanted me to do it. But then I was like, no. But he wanted to go tell this girl that I liked her. And so, but he liked her. But then he went up to her and he told her something very inappropriate. And then I got blamed for it. And I had to clear my name by saying that, by telling my mom to tell the counselor the truth. And so I'm very detail-oriented, and I try to remember everything. And this is probably why I've been able to remember my past life, is because I'm so into memory. And I think about smells, I think about shapes, I think about taste, I think about there's a lot of different elements that go into a memory. It's not just the picture. It's not just that thing happened. It's a very real experience to me. It's like being able to pull up like an actual experience and kind of relive it, which also helps with making movies, because that's how you make a movie. You know, you visualize it out like it's actually already been made. And that's what I do in, like, I write a script. So in this dream, I think I remember it started off, it was in this room, and there was a bed and 2 nightstands on each side of the bed, and there were 3 people on the bed and then me, and we were all kind of like going through some kind of like, I don't know what we were doing, but it was strange because all these different people were in costumes. It was like they were in costumes going to a theme party or going to a celebration. One of them I distinctly remember. And now I want to try and find, I think it was someone from Young Frankenstein, the way that she looked, like the outfit, the costume. And I know that was a 70s movie. But she had a very 70s look. She had this like Bride of Frankenstein-ish look. But she also reminded me of, I think, no, never mind. Sorry, guys. I've only seen Young Frankenstein once. I don't even know why I'm thinking that would be what I saw. But, like, it was this woman in a white outfit, and then she had the Bride of Frankenstein hair, and she had, like, a pale face, and she was dressed up like the Bride of Frankenstein. And then there was a guy. I can't remember anything about the guy because I wasn't even really interacting with him. And I don't want to try to assume that, like, oh yeah, that's what it was, because I want to give an accurate description. And then lastly was Judy Garland. And I don't know why, but she was dressed like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. And so that's why I kind of assumed, like, oh, really, is it her? Because maybe I mean, anyone could dress up like her. I mean, that's like a very typical costume for a woman to want to wear. You know, that would be like a guy dressing up as Dracula or Joker or Darth Vader or something, you know, like that would be expected. But I remember getting on, like sitting up on the bed and being like, what's wrong with you? And the Dorothy character, she had her legs like up, her knees were up, and she had like some sort of a stack of papers on her knees, and she was very troubled. It was like she was nervous or she didn't feel well. And then boom, all of a sudden, I really had, the only thing that I was thinking was, I need to talk to this woman. I need to talk to her about something. Then all of a sudden, and this is what happens in dreams a lot, you get forced from just one area to another, no explanation. It's not like a movie where there's a plot or anything. It's just like, oh, suddenly you're here. Suddenly you're there. All of a sudden I'm in this parking lot. It's a wide parking lot, and I can vividly remember this parking lot. There were rows and rows of cars. I was going around because at this point I was with other people too. Everyone was in costumes. And I was trying to find Dorothy. I was trying to find her to talk to her about something. And then I go up to the Bride of Frankenstein woman. And all of a sudden, we look over. And the Bride of Frankenstein woman says, after I asked her, where is that woman? I can't even remember if I said like a name or not. I don't think I did. I think I might have said, where's Judy? I can't remember. But then the Bride of Frankenstein was like, she's over there. And then she points, and boom. Dorothy falls to the ground. Horrifying, horrifying image. Because it was very real. And, honestly, I've never experienced seeing anyone have some kind of a medical issue where they collapse, fall over. I've never seen that before in this life, except for like in a movie or maybe in a YouTube video, random YouTube videos, but I've never actually seen this type of thing. So it was very strange. She just completely fell over in this parking lot in the middle of the night. Everyone in the cast went up to her. They were freaking out. What is going on? What is going on with her? And really, really like worried and upset over her. Boom. All of a sudden, for some reason, everyone else in the cast disappeared. And all of a sudden, across the street, so, and let me draw this out for you. So, first you have this room, which, in my opinion, was like a movie set or a theater set. We were sitting in that set. We go outside. There's a parking lot right in front of that. And then adjacent to that is this TV store. And now this is the weird part. This is where it gets weird. As if me sitting on the bed with Judy Garland isn't already weird. Because, I mean, I haven't even really seen Judy Garland in any movie. Like, I've never even seen The Wizard of Oz, guys. I've never even seen that movie. Except for, like, a clip or two here and there in, like, conspiracy videos. And I did see her in Judgment at Nuremberg. But other than that, I've never seen her in an actual movie. So, why would I be having this dream about her? It's weird to me. It's very weird to me. I mean, if anything, I should be dreaming about the love of my past life or people in my current life. I shouldn't be having this dream about this this random person who I don't even know a thing about, basically. But I rush across the street, and I remember there was traffic. The cars were 60s. The cars were 50s, 60s. They were vintage cars. And I rush across the street to this TV store. This is a very cliche TV store. This is like a TV store with these little TVs stacked on top of each other. But on the ground, this is the creepy part. On the ground, Judy Garland in the Dorothy costume. She is inside a block of ice. And the creepy part is that inside the block of ice, she is having a seizure. And it is terrifying to witness. It is absolutely terrifying. She's shaking. Her eyes are wide open. She doesn't know what's going on. It's horrifying to watch as these two other people were crowding over her. One of them had a really strange look to him, like he had this almost like skeletal look to his face with black hair. Kind of reminded me of Christopher Lloyd a little bit in a weird way, but obviously not completely. That would be really strange. But then I really wanted to help her. It's like, what do? She's inside this huge block of ice, just randomly sitting on the sidewalk. What the hell is going on with that? And then I look up, and for some reason, all the TVs are broadcasting either Judy Garland has died, or they're broadcasting the live image of this woman having a seizure inside a block of ice. Completely helpless, completely alone on the inside of this ice. And then there's a doctor. All of a sudden, there's a doctor who comes up and he's bald. That's pretty hilarious. He's bald and he has this big doctor coat on, and he's got all the old school like shit, like all it looked very vintage, looked like a Universal Monsters movie. And he was like, there's nothing we can do, or something like that. Like, it was just really, really creepy as hell. And I wish I could remember like everything else about it, like all the little details, because the guy with the black hair, he said something that was really weird. And I can't remember what he said. But yeah, that was my Judy Garland dream. Now, here's the weird part. There's two weird things. One of the things is this. Because all you have to do is look up Judy Garland seizures. And what do you get? Judy Garland experienced seizures as a result of her substance use disorder and medication imbalances. She would sometimes pass out or have seizures. When did she die? She died in 1967. I mean, not 1967, 1969, at the age of 47. That's the exact same year that my past life ended. So I find that very strange. And I want to see the actual date. When did she die? Where are you, Judy? Judy Garland, death. June 22nd. So this was months, mere months, not even 2 months before what happened in my past life happened. So I think that I had this dream because in trying to remember my past life, I'm remembering a lot of details about leading up to that ending. And so it would be very expected, like that would have been a big thing. You know, like nowadays you see, oh, this celebrity died, that celebrity died, oh no, it's a big deal. And so, you know, one could only imagine what a big deal it would have been for Judy freaking Garland to die. So I think that that's really odd. I think that there's definitely more to the story. I'd love to do some research about it. I would have done some research, but I just wanted to get this video out because I promised to. And so that was my really creepy Judy Garland dream. And the second part about why I think it's creepy is because in my script for my first movie, you guys already know, there were definitely influences from my past life that were subconscious when writing the script, such as Spartacus, just the name in general, as well as Eyes Without a Face. Those two are definite. They're not, I mean, you can't even question them. They're completely, like, definitely influences from my past life. But another aspect is that the main character does develop seizures throughout the story. And it's not a big spoiler. I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's not really, like, a huge part of the plot, you know. I mean, it's just something that happens. But, like, it's really weird because it's almost like, you know, you'd think about, like, the stuff before an ending of a life happened, you would remember it a lot better. You would remember it a lot more vividly than, like, let's say, the beginning of my past life as a child. You know, like, that would be a lot harder to remember because, I mean, it's a lot farther away. And so I think that that whole seizure thing that I added into my script was probably, could have been related to, I don't know. But I just think it's really weird. And I don't believe in coincidences either. So now for my second dream. Now this dream, it's honestly like just a singular thing that I can mention. For some reason, I was in a room and there were these people talking to me, and they showed me this huge picture of an arrest mugshot of Roman Polanski. And, you know, I didn't recognize it as him. I mean, it was kind of blurry. It was kind of blurry, but I could see the picture very clearly. And for some reason, that's basically all I remember about the dream. But as soon as I woke up, I wanted to find out what this mugshot was about. So at first, I was like, oh, wait a second. Roman Polanski got arrested because he raped that teenage girl and thought he could get away with it because he ain't got cultural differences. That's my Roman Polanski impression. My name is Roman Polanski, and I'm currently in Europe, and I can't work as a filmmaker anymore. And so, but like, I looked up his mugshot, and what do you know? It was that mugshot. So I don't know what that was about. That was very odd. And I'm being serious here. That was the exact mugshot that I saw in my dream. It was the exact picture. And these people showed it to me. And then all of a sudden, like, I wake up and I look that up and I found that mugshot. So, I don't know. Maybe it's like figures in my dream are trying to test me to try to see, like, what they can show me, so that then I'll wake up and, like, look more into it or something like that. I mean, maybe that's the reason for it. And so I thought that that was also very peculiar. So anyways, I have a lot of other strange dreams, and I write them all down. But anyways, please like this video and comment and subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more honest videos, because I keep it honest up in this bitch. So goodbye, everybody. See you soon.